today we have a guest, an interesting guest, someone I've known for a while. His name is Emmanuel. He's the Binance lead for Africa. It's just going to be an interesting discussion on where Binance has been in 2021, the milestones, the goals achieved, and also what they're looking at in 2022.
Hey, hi, David. Good to see you here. It's been a while.
Yes, good to see you as well, Emmanuel. How's 2022 coming along for you?
Yeah, it's been an interesting start. With the announcement we just made around CAF and our partnership, and so it's been a great start for the year, and we're expecting to even have like a better 2022.
I mean, I think, Emmanuel, I'll just go straight to our discussion. Maybe we can start with, looking back at 2021 and how it has been, for Binance. Can you maybe give us an overview of how it has been for Binance in 2021?
2021, definitely a year not to forget in a hurry. A lot of things happened in 2021, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of challenges. It was a tough year, and despite that, surprisingly one of our best years yet. Like even crypto adoption on the continent has skyrocketed. The adoption globally is increasing. There is more awareness now. So overall 2021 was like just one of those years that you just have to remember as like the start of something really, really huge for the entire industry.
Yes, and of course we've seen major milestones for 2021. The first country to actually legalize Bitcoin and hitting major milestones, right? But for Binance now, specifically for Binance, what would you say have been some key milestones for you guys?
Yeah, so I think 2021 for us that has really been a year of exponential growth in terms of education, which has been top of mind for us on the continent. We've done over 500,000 people educated from 2020 to date, and that for us is a very huge one, because there's a ripple effect that comes with these things, because now more people are talking about it. If you go to Google Trends, you see how like a couple of African countries are amongst the top 10 in terms of searching for crypto, NFTs and related searches, and that's for us a win. Also being able to increase some very significant numbers on our side. For instance, our users basically on Binance, African users on Binance, basically 5x last year. So that was very significant for us. Our P2P users are increasing significantly, and even volumes as well are increasing significantly, So it's really been a year, not to forget in a hurry. I remember where we announced at the beginning of the year about how we wanted to train developers, because we felt that one of the best ways that Africa could plug into the whole blockchain and cryptocurrency wave is if we have more tech talents. Then we won't just be users of the technology, but also would have African entrepreneurs building tools that people would use, right? And we've seen a bunch of those developers. We actually sent out a call for 1,000 developers, and we got over 10,000 people apply, but we could only take 1,000 actually. And from that, we've seen a lot of developers from that cohort get like jobs in mainstream companies, in several crypto projects. Some even started their own companies, and it's really exciting to see that progress happen. So yeah, it's been a very great year, 2021.
Yeah, also I think I have to mention, during when you guys put out the call, I remember clearly it was actually one of the most viewed articles on our blog for January 2021.
Yeah, I remember.
So, yes, clearly showing the need that was there, and it's great to see that Binance actually lived up to their commitment to that. So yeah, quite impressive. And also, again, thank you for the numbers that you've shared. You've 5x'd in certain areas. You continue to see growth across the spectrum. But Emmanuel, as much as there is growth, I mean, I'm pretty sure you've also faced challenges, right? In that year. Maybe can you mention some of the challenges you guys have faced and how you've coped?
First of all, education. As simple as it is a big challenge, facing our continent, because crypto is still complex. No matter how we try to talk about it, it's still, a bit complicated, for the, typical African users. And, with the abundance of scams out there, it becomes extra challenging, to even identify which is which, right? And that's where, a lot of our energy has also been, helping people understand, crypto, helping people understand our products, and, helping people understand the risk involved. So that has been a challenge that we are constantly tackling. And then there is, I think in Africa, infrastructure is one of the biggest things. Even talking about why we even did the program, we talked about earlier, like a lot of African, countries surprisingly do not have like, KYC infrastructure that, are API driven and, would help, ease of onboarding, new users, especially now that Binance, as we have full KYC compliance, meaning that you can't even use Binance today without having your complete KYC, right? So being able to solve those kind of challenges is also something that we've also taken as a serious priority to work on, and we've made significant progress anyways on those fronts as well. And as you know, regulation, right? So regulation is not just Binance but the entire industry. And since crypto and crypto regulation are such new concepts, it's taking a while for us to see some progress. And surprisingly, last year there was a lot of progress, when it comes to crypto regulation, that conversation, because it's actually really a conversation and it's ongoing. And the biggest win last year was when El Salvador basically made Bitcoin a legal tender in their country, and that was like a very big plus for that conversation to go on. So crypto, even in Africa, if you notice, we released the 10 crypto fundamental rights globally that we feel that should be like the foundation for the discussion to continue. And we are collaborating with regulators everywhere in the world. And I'm sure you've heard about the recent license we got in the Kingdom of Bahrain, and our collaboration with in Dubai as well. So these are several things we're working on to just drive crypto adoption. And the continent will believe that in this season, a lot of African regulators would begin to play actively and engage more. Even you see in Nigeria and several parts of Africa, we see like e-Naira, the central bank digital currencies already taking shape, and that's kind of like a beginning, right? So the key thing is just to ensure we keep collaborating to achieve, because the mutual goal for both regulators and even players in the space is to ensure that user protection is there, because that's the key thing for any regulator. Any regulator wants to protect its countrymen, wants to protect its users, right? So, and that's a shared goal, and I think that's a foundation for us to see that, okay, these are mutual goals, and then to open up like a conversation on, okay, how best can we do this together, so those are, and so many other things are key challenges in 2021. And I think those challenges will also still be there in 2022. Just keep solving them. Yeah,
I agree. So some of these challenges will just take a bit of time to solve. I mean, Emmanuel, can we expect an El Salvador moment for Africa in 2020?
No, it's really possible. I think Africa has the most profound use cases for crypto. There are a lot of countries in Africa that I feel can give us that El Salvador moment. But we just have to keep our fingers crossed, right? And just keep ensuring that the discussion is continued, because if you listen to the backstory of what happened in El Salvador, you would hear a lot of collaboration between the government and the industry players, to be able to understand the tech, and actually, which now led to the final announcement of of that regulation, right? So that can happen in any country, really. It's just really how collaborative, the industry and the regulators are, to drive those things on. But yeah, it's possible.
All right. Yes, I think all of us are excited to see something like that happening. Now, Emmanuel, speaking of education, and Binance educated quite, I think you're the largest educators in the blockchain space by far, across the continent. Give us a brief on specifically where you guys invested. You've mentioned about the developer program, but where else did you invest in education in 2021 across the continent?
Okay, so basically we piloted a program called the Binance Masterclasses, which I think are very popular now. And those masterclasses basically are programs that we created to properly, drive education for people. Like usually, if you check the current landscape, when we checked it, then we saw that it cost at least $100 or $200 to get someone to teach you about crypto, right? Teach you about trading, how to make money, risk, and all that. Right. And we thought about bringing down that barrier and ensuring that people could get access to the right information for free. And that's why we provided all the content, great content that is out there right now that people can use to learn about crypto. So aside that, like even those masterclasses alone averaged thousands of people on ending, even after the events were executed, and then we have like our Binance tutors. So Binance tutors are basically people that we realize that, everybody that knows about crypto today, talking on Twitter, talking on our Telegram groups, there are a bunch of people that know about crypto, and these guys are just, talking about it in their crypto circles and, just, doing that. And we felt like, instead of Binance and its team to be the only guys doing that, it just made sense that, we have these users, who understand this thing to organize programs and teach their friends and families about crypto, and we basically support them and execute the program, and we've seen a lot of those kind of events happen as well over time. So we, as much as possible, try to be very innovative about how we approach education. We even launched a homepage for the Binance Masterclass where you could go and watch several videos about what Bitcoin is, what blockchain is, what money is. So just short clips that you could go watch through end to end in terms of crypto. And that has gotten picked up a lot of traction as well. So these are a couple of things we've done, and even more that we are planning to do this year. We have a bigger goal in terms of the people we want to educate this year. So let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope we get there. So we are over 500,000 now. So we hope to hit 1 million before the end of the year.
Okay, that's quite impressive. And I have to say this as well. Another big piece that got popular on Bitcoin KE last year was the Swahili class that you guys did.
It was exactly.
So, yeah. I love the innovation that you're taking, even like taking education via local languages. I've seen you also guys do a French class, Francophone Africa. So yeah, I'm quite excited to see what you guys do in 2022. Just looking forward to that. And when it comes to education, you're obviously big. Developer initiatives, like we mentioned, you took a big step there. How have those fared as well in 2021?
So they've actually fared really well. All the initiatives have led to the kind of growth we see today, because we believe that we wouldn't be where we are without the support from the community. And as the community grows, Binance grows, right? When we talk about the crypto community at large, today, if you take 10 Africans that are in crypto, at least 9 of them have a Binance account, right? So to us, that means something. It means that we are actually providing, something valuable to people. And we hope to continue doing that, even in 2022.
And I have to mention this, of course, one of your, obviously from your developer initiatives, one of your portfolio companies has been Bundle Africa. Maybe you can mention that as well.
Yeah, cool. So we actually even have some of the developers from that cohort that are working in Bondu's tech team today. So it's very good. So Bondu basically is a portfolio company of Binance, which is part of like our larger ecosystem. As CoinMarketCap, Trust Wallet, who are all members of our ecosystem. So Bondo is really focused on emerging and frontier markets, and basically driving social first element when it comes to like crypto trading and payments, right? So it's basically going to revolutionize the way people see crypto, right? Especially the younger generation. And we are really, really excited about Bondo because we know that it's basically a tool that has a lot of value to offer the industry. Because for us, it's really about increasing adoption, right? So we are very passionate about investing in the ecosystem. If you notice earlier on in 2021, we had a $1 million fund for developers, and then later in the year we announced a $1 billion fund for developers. And the key for us is to continue investing not just in Binance and our growth, but also in the entire ecosystem, because as the entire ecosystem grows, crypto adoption is increased, which is the main thing that we are all trying to push for.
Great. Yeah, again, I have to credit you for some of these initiatives. I think you even had a hackathon in the year where you highlighted quite a number of African blockchain projects. Yeah, we've actually featured a good number from that hackathon. Yeah, I think more awareness. Now, as we wind up, Emmanuel, now 2022 is here. We expect more growth. What can we look forward to from Binance in 2022?
In 2022, I think personally I have one goal, which I've shared with the entire team, both on the Binance and the Bondo side. And the key thing is taking crypto mainstream. And that is one thing I think if we can really do this year, we would have a really amazing year. If we can take crypto mainstream, and get more non-crypto users into crypto and get them to accept crypto, get crypto to be less complex for them to understand. I'm simplifying most of these terms, things like NFT, DeFi, like whatever tool makes crypto easier for people to come to understand, So basically taking crypto mainstream, and as you can see, we recently kind of like had, an official sponsor for the ongoing, CAF championship, and that is for us a huge win. And we expect to have a lot more partnerships like that this year. So feel free to reach out to me and or members of the team if you want to do something together with us. And we are very open as always to collaborate. So this year is the year we take crypto mainstream, and we're excited. The entire community is excited. And we are gonna hopefully have a much amazing year.
All right, awesome. Again, also I can't wait to see what you guys do 2022. I think it's going to be a bigger year also for crypto, so it's amazing to look forward to see what you guys do for the continent. So yeah, thank you, Emmanuel, for talking to us today.
Thank you.